Hi, this is Sniz with Bloodbane. This is my August 26th video log about military stuff. This is part 3. Sorry I'm a little scattered tonight. I got a bunch of information. I've been kind of delaying getting this video done, and I'm just kind of winging it here tonight, even more so than usual. So this is my conversion city, by the way. I was switched out. This is further along in the conversion process, but this was actually originally a res city that over about the last 10 days I've been converting into a military city. So, but it's it's built up pretty good to the point where that concept, it's building 5-second Zerkers, and let's see, it's got 35,000 Zerks out of it. Smattering of other stuff, but yeah, this is mainly my Zerk group here. I'm starting to build katas now. So anyway, let me go back to this castle. I think is a better example at this stage anyway. So let's see. So far I've covered the offense-defense concept. You want a castled city where you attack from. That's what a castled city is for. You really don't want to expose anything to attack unless you need to. The only reason to have a castle is to be able to plunder and scout and siege and conquer and do all the stuff that you want to do. So there's no reason to do anything with that or have anything for any other purpose. Every castle you make is exposed to attack. So when you're ready to actually start seriously attacking stuff, you want a castle. Until then, it's just exposing yourself unnecessarily. Your defenses come from non-castled support cities that are capable of producing significant resources through raiding, but then when needed can be called upon to send support forces into the castle and provide a huge defense for the castle. Then you have let's see, as far as unit types, offensive unit types that I've so far had experience with and am starting to learn some about is Berserkers, Mages, and Warlocks are effective against units. This is all land stuff right now. And Catapults are effective at destroying buildings. Ballistas and Rangers at this stage are what I'm recommending for your primary defense units. Just cover a little bit about land versus sea. Now this is going to be huge for this stage of development, as on our world we're actually playing for an end game. Here I'm just doing a bunch of random crap and having some fun and dicking around, which it is fun, but I am also making enemies. I'm also probably about to get thumped by some really strong alliances, and I've really slowed my long-term progression through this down. So this is not an endgame strategy what I'm doing here. This is a proving and training grounds for me. Anyway, as far as what we're trying to do in our world is we're trying to build only strong castles, trying not to expose targets unnecessarily, and most important, we're trying to do what we're doing in such a way as to gain strength through acquiring new members and forming alliances and whatnot. And so there's a lot of diplomacy going on with what we're doing there. So there will come a time where sea combat is a part of what we do, but it's important to understand that everything has its role and purpose. And what I would say 80-90% of our members right now need to focus still completely on Res City, Res City, Res City. I didn't build my first castle on 11. I think it was my 14th or 15th city. And that I just started building my military castle. I think my support cities that are going to be defending that, I've built 3 of them so far. I think that was my 23rd, 24th, and 25th city. And I still haven't castled, and I think I just built my 31st city. So not that necessarily you have to be that conservative and so on, but I'm not going to hang a castle out there until I'm ready to use it, which I'm getting ready to do. And I'm certainly not going to do it until I'm ready to defend it. And anyway, so I would say, again, most of our members really need to focus on acquiring good locations, position on shrines, getting their res cities going, getting their momentum going, get that moonstone production going, plopping out city after city after city, getting into at least the teens before you really think too much about military. Although I do have one quick thing I'll cover hopefully soon. Some point I'm just going to be done tonight, not do 20 parts or anything like this. I'm already on part 3 here. But in that same vein, you got to think about what you're doing before you do it. So the first thing it's about it's building a large structure. This foundation. The foundation is resources. Until you're producing massive resources, you don't want to build anything else. Then you want to build a good support structure. So you want to build your military city that will be castled. Start getting its structure down. Start getting its units produced. Build the cities nearby that are going to be the support troops that are going to help defend it. That are going to be not castled. Get those structures down. Get those units producing. Now the next step in our development on World 11 anyway is in local geographic control. We're not trying to engage in wars with people on other continents. We want to create a few castles that are capable of controlling our own geography. And it's important to understand the difference between, and I know this is mostly me just talking, but oh well. There's a little bit of visual aid here, but I'm just trying to cover some stuff. The key is that a castled city, what are you building and what are you building it for? Right now, I think the only things that we should be castling in the next week or two is going to be cities that are designed to control the local area. Those should not be on waterways. A castled waterway is presenting a target to the entire world, to huge naval armies. The moment you drop a castle on a waterway, it becomes a conquerable slot that you're building that any powerful player can come in and crush and take. And believe me, we're doing pretty good. We're rocking and rolling. We're climbing. We're building good. But believe me, if we expose ourselves to people who have been playing this game month, 2 months ahead of us, who have massive naval armies built up, you do not want to expose yourself to that kind of attack. So I'm starting to look at castles as there's two kinds, and they're for two different purposes. A landlocked castle is for local control. It's designed to control the local area through the capability of attacking by land. It is not exposed to sea attacks and therefore is, geographically isolated. The only way to attack it, the only way for some powerful alliance off our world to attack it, is to build a castle on this continent. And we have a huge advantage on a battle on our continent. They come in, they build a castle, they give us a castle because we'll just take it from them. We won't give them time to build up a ton of castles, although if they're very long-sighted about it, yes, they could do what they need to do in the long run if they were too focused on it. But that's an attack that you see coming. That's an attack, it takes weeks to build a true, to come over here, build the res cities, build the support cities, build the castle cities, castle and attack. So it's an extremely difficult thing to do. So at this stage, building castles on non-watered slots allow us to, it's a defensive castle. It's designed to maintain control of our continent. It's not yet designed to attack anywhere else. And again, you only build the castle that you need. Today, we absolutely do not need any castles attacking anything off continent. We need stuff that's able to attack things on our continent. So anyway, that whole water versus non-water thing, I know everybody's been gung-ho. I'm starting to build my military city. I'm building a bunch of armies. Some people are castling, and I really want people to slow down and think about it and think about what they're doing, because dropping a castle, if you build a 10K castle on a waterway, you're literally potentially handing the enemy a powerful castle on our continent. You could actually, the castle that you build, if you build a 10K castle on a waterway, you could literally quickly be handing, especially too early, you could literally be building a castle for the enemy. So just want people to kind of slow down, think that here we're on part 3. I'm going to pause, come back for part 4, and I'm going to definitely make sure to wrap it up in part 4 for this session. So